But, let me make sure the stream's muted. Da, 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 da. So, some point it's gonna come up. Rumor is. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Screen changed. I know. How disgusting. I got it in the mail. Mailed me t-shirts that I paid for. But just wearing a red hoodie with a black shirt and brown pants. Sounds like a Saturday morning to me. Sounds like despair and broken hope to me. Mostly unshaven for a while. Yeah, they've been sent out. I've got mine. They came in. Our name's on the back. It's about in 2-point font and hard as a rock. But they work. It's not bad. Yeah, it's a cheap, and it's nice because you can have multiple people use it and not have them ick out. Yep, important. And then just cheapo. Are these my Audio Technicas? Yeah, I believe they are. Yeah. Huh? I got work in 3 hours, so if we can't finish this show in 3 hours, something's gonna be wrong. Because I got something to do at 2. Yeah, the webcam's weird. Hold on, let me modify the webcam. I don't know why this Windows. Gotta go. Hold on, let me. Oh God, there's 2 cameras. Cameraception. If only I could. Hold on. I could. Nah, there's no way. I'm trying to figure this out. Nope, no, let's not. Let's. It wasn't a good one anyway. Wah, wah. It's too. I'm sorry, I'm so pretty. One thing I could do, if you guys got a webcam, I could actually pull you guys in. That way it's a little bit more interesting and not just 2 of me looking like a weirdo. It's up to you. Scary but fun. I have ways. I would have to actually pull another account onto the call, mute it. It's possible. I can do it. I could find a way. It's dependent on if you would want me to find the way. But it isn't even your final form. Oh. I don't care. Let me see the shot from your lap. Yeah, show me that lap shot. Hold. Oh, okay, get. Uh-oh, I probably don't have the right audio source set up. Wah, wah. Okay, give me 1 second to fix the stream. Oh, you can. Because I paid for the pay for.
I even shaved.
And there you is.
Oh my gosh.
Ah, that didn't work. Hold on.
This is awesome. I can give your viewers a show of your mantle.
Hold on.
Some pictures and some little crystal things. Aether crystal.
I definitely look like a man whose 1-year-old daughter kept them up all night. Yep, that's me. The Lebanese Barry White.
Oh man, it is right in your face.
Yep.
All right. Let me see if there's a way.
Oh, goodness, what is this? What's going on here? My mic is...
Oh wow, and you're right behind. Wow, you're right behind. I think Sandy's shot would be plenty good, but let me
Seemed like the safest place to be.
far away.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll need to see if I can add one of my other accounts to the call.
So who's being accused of being a changeling, you or me?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question.
Am I Buzzy?
Oh, I think it was because he had two versions of him. Yes. Someone's like, oh, they saw me for half a second.
Oh, is the audio actually coming across now? I guess. Is it?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and Starry's not here, so that's why.
Oh,
She
so she's...
she went to go be a hobbit.
How unexpected.
Yes, there's a third person.
Okay.
Lightning Cliff says, wait, is that who I think it is? I'm like, I don't know.
All right.
Who do you think it is? The show's off the rails.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm just trying new crazy exciting things. Let's see. Let me make sure because we might as
Are you?
well. You know, we're heading towards the future. We might as well crash straight into it.
Oh, I see. Why would you say I'm not here? I'm right behind you, watching you.
That's it, folks. You get to listen to AC type. That's the show.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out.
Hey, guys. Hope you didn't miss me too much. I went to see The Hobbit. They walked for a while. There's dwarves.
So, Starry Night is Harvey Firestein. Is that what you're telling me?
Kinda.
Show me pictures of dwarves.
A little bit of Dr. Girlfriend. A little bit of...
Hey, Sandy, could you add that other version of me to the call? I put it in the chat. That name.
Okie dokie.
God, this is a monkey in a football.
Boop.
I've been meaning to try this setup for a while. I just, now it is noon and I am subjecting you all to technical setups.
It's 2:20.
I actually need to add you to my list on that contact.
Well, I haven't used this contact in a while. It's an old one.
Hey, I should send him a friend request so I can add him to my call.
Okay.
Then he rejects it.
I got a friend request. What should I do? Add, view profile, ignore, block.
I think you should block him. He's a loose cannon, Speaks his mind.
Ah.
And a scary dude.
All right,
now hold on.
So,
Don't say anything, right?
There we go. Okay, that's better.
why am I being treated as a mystery? Are people not reading chat? Am I just new and exciting? No one wants to wrap me.
You're a mystery wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a present.
Nice.
Inside a taco of the unknown.
Wrapped on Sandy's couch.
All right, let me get XSplit right.
I believe my associate here, he may not be unknown to you, or he may be, but you will know who he is before too long.
By the end of the episode,
you will know his true nature.
You mean in about 10 minutes, give or take?
Yeah.
Whenever AC is done screwing around with settings.
Quiet, I'm working. I'm doing XSplit, and it's like, screen too small to tell it to do everything I want it to do. And of course, because it's on Windows 7, it's like, it's even more broken.
Hey,
ironically, it's not working.
Windows 8.
Oh, I was going to say, you went back? That's good.
If
No,
only.
You didn't.
I just don't know things.
Can you just add another screen region to the...
That's what I'm trying to do, but that's just because XSplit is also being done.
Oh, Celestia. Kettle mustard.
I think Professor Plum would be closer to the mark.
All right.
Wow, someone thinks you're handsome there, AC.
All right, you give me 1 second to get this.
Oh, God.
Off the rails cast. Whee!
This stream video is glorious, let me tell you.
Yay. Okay.
He's still got 2 hymns.
There we go. I think that looks good. Does that look good? How's that looking?
Windowed chaos.
Well, I haven't done the audio only, so there you go.
Hey, you just wait, Epoch's here. We'll show you our moves soon enough.
Our true forms. Well, see there, because I noticed in the on the YouTube comments, it's just like you can see the curl of just like the readership, and they start the video and they just kind of drop. But then I noticed like there was another spike the moment we had video on, like the moment I turned my webcam on. So obviously someone finds me intriguing.
No, it's not Dusty Cat.
Nope. Name's just Bob. Hey, Bob.
He's Bob.
Hey, feather prop caught on.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone can see my partner's fantastic feline photography in atomized and aluminum.
Looks like that cat's just staring at the back of Bob's head. Where'd all his hair go?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is that what you've been?
He has an astounding beard.
All right.
That is the mantelpiece is a bit dusty, yes. Does he lift?
Can he?
Do you even?
Of course I lift.
Can you move the mic or camera?
Who? Well, yeah, I could.
But he's the mystery microphone man.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a
there
bit.
You go.
No, just a minute. It moves it away. He's just got a big yellow nose. It's actually part of his face. He doesn't like to bring it up, and it's kind of a touchy subject. So.
Classic Sesame Street reference there.
He's channeling the guy with the apple in front of his face. That's right.
Right, the nameless businessman. Right.
Yep. All right, so have you tweeted that we're going to be starting up this little shindig very soon?
No.
You should probably do that.
Yeah, we should, probably.
I guess.
All right, let me... I first need to get into the dock. the duck.
Yeah,
Quiet.
Toy Wiz is having a toy sale.
Yeah, suppose
Shame that
they were forwarding that to me to just be like, "Hey, you can get Magnet Pony now." I'm like, "Ooh, it's kind of nice, though it seems overpriced for a single figurine plus shipping."
All right. They called my beard glorious. God bless them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Toy Wiz, they've got what you need, but you pay the premium for it.
Though I will say, Bob, right now with your current position, it looks like you have the cat ears.
Yeah, so it does.
Uh,
Yes.
wow.
I get a lot of Bob
So
Ross
they
comments.
have.
All right.
Ooh, wow. Hey, it's $60 for a pack of 24 of the wedding series that has cadence and stuff.
And stuff.
But it's not actually on sale. It is not included in the 20% off.
Hey, come watch a stream and catch our silly faces.
Yep. We are some very silly fillies up in this.
And before I start the show, some kitty is going to be in the bedroom for a little bit because she wants to run around and play right now, which makes a lot of noise, and she runs into the mic stands. I shall return.
I'm sorry your cat is
It's a loose cannon, yeah.
just ruining everything forever.
It's not like we were starting.
Well, this is sort of how it goes. You know.
So now we get to listen to the cat howl from behind the closed door for the rest of the episode.
Sure,
Master
ask me a
plan.
question, wishy-washy unicorn.
Enjoy a kitty cat. Talia, be more camera focused. All right.
That cat is going to tear you up.
Are you still using... my icon is actually... I changed it to a Lyra pick from... It was in a Draw Friend After Magic Duel. It's Lyra with her hay shake that says, "Don't give a fuck."
Hey
On
there,
it.
Darkly.
Okay. Her name
Yes,
is
Sandy and Bob are in the same room.
yes, and the cat's name is Talia, but we call her Tally. Yes, that is a Mass Effect reference.
Kali Zora Vas Normandy.
Yes.
Gasp. Oh, you added an elf hat to your icon, AC. That's great.
Yeah, well, I mean, we go together like, Lyra and Bonbon, so.
Yay.
I love the fact it actually has the, elf ear attached to it. Like, directly on top of where Bonbon's ear is, so.
Yep.
I'm proud of you, son, Brony Jr. You went the old Batman, Frank Miller route, not the Mass Effect route.
What, what, wait.
Talia al Ghul.
Oh, yeah.
Seems
Talivas?
pretty.
Talivas Normandy, yeah, it's totally. I forget Starry wanted a particular other name, and it was just kind of like... So the cat's original name was Claire, which I was totally fine with just keeping that one. But she had something like... Something that was, way too, Elizabethan, Valiora or something like that. Just no!
Claire Valiora, Regent Queen of
It's just
Quel'Thalas.
no, we are not having this. And then, she started coming out with names, and she just goes Tally, and I went, all right, shortened form Tally. All right, I can do that.
Yep.
So, oh,
All right, so we've got a show to do.
Yup.
And some ponies to talk about.
Yeah, we should. What do you think about that?
Let's just jump in the Wayback Machine
it
to
is-
28 minutes ago and start.
Woo!
Yeah.
What do you think about that Dash Pony? She had an episode.
Well, we'll
Two,
get to
back
that.
to back.
Did. Okay. Let me start up the recorder.
can full screen and
There we go.
kiss you.
Audio is back. Yeah, let me get the duck for everyone. The duck. Quack. There's the duck. Be nice and pass it around when necessary.
Ducks. Quack, quack. Quack, quack.
I guess I should remove serial velocity from this since he doesn't like our show anymore.
So sad.
He is kind of sad.
How
multiple
dare
levels.
he have a prior arrangement that he didn't realize?
It's obviously a sign of distaste for our newfound fame.
He was scared of Bob.
Yeah.
It's true.
Look at that beard and the cat ears.
I've torn him up remotely a few times.
Everyone's favorite character is Bob Carr. Okay.
Yeah, it is finals time for him.
Yeah. I've been actually harassing him about some stuff and be like, hey, you should do this. And he's like, finals. I'm like, shut up and do it. Do stuff for him. Make
30
stuff
minutes
for me.
past the start. We're doing good. Let's get this going, AC.
Wait,
we have stuff to do at 2 Pacific, right?
Sure. Should we do a show?
I think we should.
All right, hold on. Let me do a show. A flashy light means we're doing a show now. Rawr. Dinosaur show. All right, let's do this. Rah. Get everything in order. Everything looks good there.
Ugh,
Big
got a bit of
breath.
a cough.
Do you? Cough it out. That's a good one. Good job. Following directions. A+.
I'm trying not to come across as like super gross and sick, but
How's that working
Too
out
late.
for you?
hey, at least I managed to not cough at the hotel. So let's get started, AC, before I die.
Sure. All of a sudden, Sandy's in mortal danger.
Yep.
Hello, everyone. Baby, redo. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode number 85, recorded on December 15th, 2012. I am your host, Apple Cider. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
We have cameras and meat space. If you're looking at, like, video, get it done,
You're looking
Sandy.
Yeah, you can see our true forms and faces and me coughing.
You're a host.
The BronyCon shirt I'm wearing, the particularly blue shirt you're wearing, Bob Carr's cat ears above his head. Hey, Bob.
Howdy.
How are you?
I am scintillating, sir. Thanks for asking.
Oh, excellent. So, yeah. Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining in. If you are joining in the Justin TV stream, if you are listening to this on your podcast device, iTunes, all that stuff, if you're getting it off of the site, shake it out, Sandy. We got a big show for you. Usual stuff, more pony episode, new horse showed up today. Emails, everything, your usual go-to. We're going to talk about some conventions and a little bit of the state of community, the fandom and everything. So a little bit more of the clearinghouse.
Conversations.
Sure.
Plus, it's been a week of leaks.
Yeah.
OMG.
Yeah. So, Sandy, first off, I have to say you're a little coffee. How are you today?
Well, I will hopefully not die before the end of the world here in a week or two, so...
Well, I mean, it's how many days away? Like 7 at this point? 6?
Yeah, it's next Friday.
Oh, okay. Have we
I am not the former premier of New South Wales, but thank you.
Well, we have to, if that is the case, if it's next Friday, this is going to be the last podcast we would do then. So
Well, let's make it a good one.
I know. We need to make sure that this is out on a high note. Do you speak it in Mayan at all? Like,
Nope.
that would be important. We need to make sure also that we include enough relevant information for the civilization that's going to come after us to remember.
Recreate ponies.
Yes. So for the next civilization coming afterwards, Twilight Sparkle is best pony, and that's all you need to know. That's the extent of our civilization.
That kind of sums it up, yeah.
Yep.
So, Bob, we need to talk, and there's two important things that we need to talk about as I look at your shiny face on the
Fire
stream.
away.
There are two questions.
I showered.
You are. I'm not saying it's shiny as in like slick and oily. It's smiley, happy, shiny, all that goodness. I get distracted now. I've got people there. Hold on, I need to look this way. Anyway, there are two questions that we have to absolutely go through when we're doing the show, and it's very, very important. We have to do it. I have to know from you your favorite character and your favorite episode.
That is a surprisingly tough call. However, since Lesson 0 more or less goes as a biographical sketch of my wife, I pretty much am going to have to go with that episode in Twilight Sparkle. Not in the waifu sense, the actual wife sense. Like, I laugh at her and she's like, what? Checklists are important. So
They are important. You have
whatever.
Have to make sure you set an agenda and you define the old business and the new business. So wait,
Yeah,
you're
completely ignore it. I've seen your agenda. And, you know, she's got degrees in biology and chemistry and teaches science. And I've got a history degree and teach law. So, you know, I'm not quite so organized.
history degree.
But yeah, she's got checklists. She went camping today, complete with effing checklist of everything she had to pack and what order she had to pack it in so it could come out of the Jeep in the right manner.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine, and making sure that you have your different checklists of the when you get there checklist, that's packed into the clothing, definitely.
She did not have a checklist of checklists yet. No. But it's coming. It's going to happen.
Hasn't gotten to that OCD yet. Not yet.
Pretty bad.
Okay. All right. Sparkle and Lesson 0, two totally relevant. I think it's been a while since I've had a fellow Sparkle fan on. Feels like we've had a lot of other fans.
It's great because she loves the character, but Twilight will do something and I'll crack up and she'll say that's not funny. So,
But it is funny.
It is funny.
Purple.
Except when it's her.
And she just doesn't get it.
That's the rule. It stops being funny when it starts being you.
Okay. And Bob, just before we move on, and just so we have a little bit of an idea, probably should have done this intro a little bit earlier in the show, but however, we're already 30 minutes over, so we're being cattywampus as is. Who are you? What do you do?
I turn regular, well-meaning people into lawyers.
Oh. Sandy, why is he on the show?
Because
I'm here to serve you with a C&D.
Oh, no.
Yep. I'm sorry, guys. I had to invite him in my house or else he was going to sue me. And this is the end.
It really
sorry.
I'll be mailing you your letter of representation.
Why'd you let him in the house? Why'd you give him a microphone?
Subpoena.
I don't know why I invited a lawyer in the house. It's like inviting a vampire. I'm gonna be turned into a lawyer now.
You gotta know,
this horrible conversion beam.
I ain't inviting you, buddy.
Just like vampires, you can't let them through the threshold of the door. Don't invite them in.
So, anyways, no, Mr. Carr here is my co-chair for Nightmare Nights Dallas. Ooh. So we'll be talking about that a little bit later on in the show.
That actual con that you're making for November, early November-ish time frame, if I'm correct on the set date.
November 7th through 11th, 2013.
8th through 10th, but, whatever their co-chair.
8th through 10th.
What everyone is saying Sandy Con, but actually has a real name.
It is not Sandy Con. It is Nightmare Nights Dallas.
Though I got to figure out which of my hands neither camera is going to pick up so I can go ahead and tell the listeners they're number one for calling it Sandy Con.
They're number one.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's go. We're definitely going to talk about.
Yeah, it is 8th through 10th.
Yep.
I am silly.
We just signed a Celestia damned contract there, buddy. I'd like to think you noticed that.
Fighting's already happened. Well, let's go ahead and do this. We're definitely going to be talking about the convention and, just as state of the community and stuff like that moving forward. First off, Sandy, we have some sponsors we need to hit up.
All right, we do indeed. We have our sponsors. We Love Fine. You can use our coupon code Bronyville10 to save 10% off your purchase. They're also doing their 12 Days of Christmas holiday sale. for the time being. Have various things each day on sale. Today is Star Wars, but they've cycled through the pony stuff, and I'm sure they'll cycle back through. They've added some cool new shirts, some like Scootaloo with headphones on, sort of like DJ shirts, I guess. A lot of their designs are kind of like, who would wear that? But I guess the DJ would. Another thing that I think is pretty cool is they've got Gravity Falls contest going on. That's a good show, and y'all should watch it. So
I like that that red and gold pony shirt with the Pegasus kind of helmet with a headdress. That's pretty good. Collegiate Dash.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good one. I like that. It's got a very Spartan feel.
Season 3 subheading.
All right.
Team Pinky.
Is it time for ponies yet with a spike?
With I Am Excite from Sweetie Belle? That's kind of weird. Okay, well, there's that.
Yep.
Also, Las Vegas Unicon. We're working closely with them to pull off some cool stuff. That's February 22nd through 24th, 2013 at the Riviera Hotel and Casino. We'll hopefully have them on in the near future to talk about events and such, as they are still in the process of solidifying everything for a very good reason. But they will be joining us at some point in the near future. Mm-hmm. But it's in Vegas. What could go wrong?
But sending me to Vegas, what could go? Here, Cider, take
you to Vegas without me,
without you, with
you won't have a foil
with the show money.
Oh no!
Listen, I'm gonna bet on black, and I think I can win it for us. Well,
roulette is a tax on people who are bad at math.
Gotta just put
play the penny slots or something. Save us all some pain and grief.
But yes, we're actually, looks like right now we're definitely at the Unicon stuff's working out. We're doing some great stuff. Looks like we will probably be working with a large number of communities over there. So looking forward to Unicon, and we're gonna have some great content for you. So looking forward to that. You should totally go, and I believe I need to confirm, but Sandy is on next week to talk about it.
Ah, very cool.
There you go.
And the last little bit is our good old friend Dinky Spots. He has been hosting Bronyville for free since day one and is a true bro in the truest sense of a bro. And so you can do him a favor and go to his site and buy some pony comics, because he'll be carrying the covers as they show up and as he can get his supply.
Yep. And they have the season, all of the original 6 color covers with the main 6 are up there, and you can get them. And once the next issue rolls in, you can totally go to MLP Comics and grab yourself some of the new comics out there. And as we've reviewed before, those comics are good. They're real good.
Yep.
All right.
All right, next up, we're going to move into the news.
It is news time. First off, as necessary, any fire?
Kind of, maybe?
Wait, kind of fire? How can you kind of fire?
How can you kind of be on fire?
Is it like a smoldering, or is it kind of like is it like a grill that's kind of like a controlled fire, like a campfire? You know, it's got a good ring of like stones around it to keep it in check, but it still technically is fire.
Yes. As my note on the document says, it's okay.
Okay.
With a question mark. But we will get to that in a little bit during topic time.
Oh, okay.
So, news. Well, new merch has started to pop up from Season 3.
Okay.
Rather inexplicably. There are 2 new So Soft newborns that are creepy baby ponies with hard plastic heads and soft plush bodies, and they have included Apple Sprout, which I'm guessing is yet another Apple clan, and Princess Skyla.
She's been out for a minute.
She's been out for a while, yeah. But it's one of those things that they're finally out in the wild, but it doesn't give you any sort of indication as to her parentage or who she is, what she does. As far as anybody knows, she is just a toy that has a little crown, is a really kind of weird shade of pink purple, and has bug wings.
Yeah,
Right.
the first guess on Princess Skyla is
She's
you know,
a purified changeling. She's a purified changeling.
Okay,
I just stated it. That's it.
I like
We're
that.
done.
I like that a lot better than the entire Shining Armor Cadence thing. Changeling baby, done. All right.
Yes, purified changeling.
Good. Okay. Excellent.
What
Apple.
she is our hydrocephalic Sweetie Bells aren't selling, so let's paint them pink and stick some wings on there and see what happens. That's
There's
what she is.
Apple Sprout confuses me even more because the image literally looks. All right, I'm just gonna say it looks like if you. It's like okay, so it's like
Scootaloo's hair.
Scootaloo's hair, but
On
kind
a
of
s-
Apple Bloom's body.
Yep.
And no wings.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, noodle arms.
None can know the true way of Hasbro's merchandising.
How does Pony work? I'm confused.
I don't know, but if you're the type of collector that collects everything, then by all means.
All right, so there's that scary pony babies.
And kind of, I'm looking at my the way I put the news in. I just kind of put it in as I came across it, and I'm like, it's really kind of all over the place. So Equestria LA, the registration is open for 2013. They are way earlier in the year this year. It's May 10th through 12th when they were tail end of September last time.
No, they were our weekend.
Oh, right. So they were our weekend, like November. Okay, so they have reopened. Their full weekend memberships are going to be special early bird rate of 45, rates increased to 55 on February 1st, so don't delay. Pre-reg closes April 18th.
Now, I'm going to let you finish, but
Oh boy, somebody's about to Kanye on us.
the con chair for Equestria LA absolutely has her stuff. Sorry, I'm having to censor myself here. Absolutely has her stuff together. Like, she knows exactly what she's doing. She's got great contacts in the community. She just got back from her vacation, which was spending a week in Sibsy and Raven's apartment, hanging out with them and Andrea Libman. So yeah, she's got contacts.
Yeah, glittering.
If you are on the West Coast and you can get yourself to LA, it is going to be a show. Cannot recommend it enough.
Yep. We should talk to her, AC.
Yeah, we probably should. That should be part of our upcoming blitz. That you know what?
Yeah.
I think that you guys also, any of you listeners that want us to go to conventions and do cool things, this might be an opportunity for us to
Buy
get
us tickets.
well, not buy us tickets, but to get us the help that we need to actually get coverage there. So if you want us to go to EQLA and actually pick up stuff and talk to these people, please contact them, Twitter them, say, hey, we want Bronyville Podcast there because they're good interviewers and talk well to people.
We talk gooder.
We talk gooder than any other good show. So yeah, that is all right. EQLA opens up a reg. Looks like it is very early in the year. I wonder if they're doing like the old BronyCon thing of like 2 times a year.
Oh, no. I don't think so.
All right.
So, next up is if you're a Flash person, who's somebody who does Flash and knows how to Flash and build and whatnot.
Flash animation.
DHX Media is hiring people up in Vancouver and that part of the world. They're looking for offline editors and key animation and storyboard artists and AFX artists and a director in February and a builder in February and revisionists in May. Opportunities are available to work with us on exciting Flash animation series such as Packages from Planet X, which I've never heard of, Pound Puppies, and My Little Pony. Ooh.
Spooky.
Casp. And, of course, they already... the Derpy Hooves news article kind of puts the caveats, like, does that mean they're working on a season 4?
Yes, it means that they're working on a
Yes,
season
it means
4.
they're working on season 4. It's on the books. It's in their financials. Season 4 exists.
Sort of.
The quality, we shall see.
Yes.
Yeah, season 4 exists conceptually on a budget somewhere.
Zeros have been applied to a paycheck that says you can make this.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
And you do need to be a Canadian citizen or resident alien, with a work visa. So
Yeah.
BronyCon.
Oh, that's another convention.
That's another convention. Wow, what do you know? That's going to be When is that? I'm gonna look at the date again.
Summer.
It's summer. 229 days, August 2nd through 4th, 2013. And they've got a very Nightmare Mooney logo.
Baltimore Convention Center in Baltimore, Hilton in Baltimore, Maryland. Wow, that's a...
Baltimore. Let's see. They're having a sale. Only $60 each. With the purchase or 2 or more admissions.
You and your mom can all come for the low, low price of $60
for a weekend. Let's see. Well, still,
Yeah.
they've put on some good shows, and that space that they're in ain't cheap.
Yeah, I mean, they have a huge convention space that they are...
Prices are going to have to curve to cover their costs.
And it is kind of the biggest.
They got their BronyCon, or their BronyPalooza, their musical thing that they seem to do pretty well. Living Tombstone, Mike the Mike, Pony One Kenobi, Laser Pony, Rainbow and Rude, which is just Circuit Fried, Trip Down Dratsmore, EHT, Hey Lost Voss, Art Attack, Boschfire, Cyril the Wolf, Dave, exclamation point.
Dave!
Michael A. Silverhound, Foosgogs, and Tarby. So that sounds pretty cool.
Ooh.
So yes, the registration thing is for an early bird 3-day pass, 65, holiday special 3-day pass, 60, diamond sponsor pass, $2,000.
It's a big number.
Yeah.
They saw Las Vegas's Unicons 1,500 and said, "Oh yeah,
oh yeah."
We'll give you a golden car, size about that big.
Yep. You've got a golden ticket. No.
Right.
So moving on. That's a sale. So here's something interesting that kind of is silly. IDW delayed issue number 2 of the comic.
Oh no!
Except they totally didn't.
What?
For the Nook.
Huh?
So I was looking the other day. Someone asked me when the next issue of My Little Pony, the comic from IDW, was coming out, and I had to go look on iTunes, and I saw that they had delayed number 2 to the 2nd of January, which a little bit weird. There's a bit of a gap because number 3 is supposed to drop on the 16th. So you have like a month and a half and then a 2-week gap for 2 comics. And I'm sure both of them are going to have a blitz of alternate covers, so prepare your wallet. But if you had the Nook version, the Nook version apparently is already out there. Or was out there for a brief period. So that is kind of silly.
I checked Comixology the other day, but didn't see it. But
yeah, apparently it was only the Nook, but that kind of goes in with the whole. This has been a week full of leaks.
Yeah, there was a few things. So that happened. What was the other link, Sandy?
Well, the other leak was the fact that the episode got uploaded to Hub World without a release date attached to it, so it was just uploaded to the server. And astute observation and sneaky looking at their files somehow, I don't know, probably with an RSS feed or something, found that, yeah, the episode was uploaded. Same with Dan Versus. And if you had the URL, you could just watch it early. So Wednesday this week, people were watching the current episode of Wonderbolt Academy and not caring. And then there were some douchebags that were posting screenshots onto 4chan and making people go, ah, oh my God, spread them everywhere. And everything was spoiled forever.
Too much mind poison. What did we learn, kids? Don't go on 4chan.
It's not good for your teeth.
No.
Which is just one of those things. So you have the comic coming out early, even though they say it's delayed. You got the episode coming out early. And then iTunes drops today's episode at midnight.
Well, that's kind of nice, because I always thought it was bad that, I wanted to get my high-def pony on. And it's just kind of like, what? No. I'm just saying that I want to watch the episode in high def. I don't have the hub. I'd like to be able to see it day and date.
Okay, now I can understand calling preview or a trailer that shows important plot points, I can understand calling that a spoiler. But when you watch the whole flippin' episode, all 22 minutes, it's not a spoiler.
Well,
it's the whole episode.
But it's a spoiler if you're if you're taking screen grabs,
screenshots from the middle of it and posting them to places where people will see them before any previews were out. Because Wednesday, the Entertainment Weekly thing hadn't even been posted, so people were like, "Oh no, it's just a trailer," and people went looking like, "No, it's not." Someone was taking screenshots of like the low-res version they put up on Hub World. And
all right, I'm not gonna drag you guys into this, but you two, raise your hands if you only watch each episode one time only.
The recent season, I'll say it.
Period. One time only. Never gonna watch them again.
I will never ever watch them again. I'll watch them again.
Of course you will. So aren't they already spoiled for you if you're gonna watch them twice?
Well, but you want the fresh experience.
I
want the fresh experience. I want it to be untouched. I want it to be clean.
The defense rests.
You were impure. Your impurities have damned you.
No.
Enter the chamber.
I don't want to. I have something else, Sandy, if you would like. We received a mailbag.
Gasp.
We did. Someone sent us
The defense
stuff.
should take a nap.
We got some stuff, some things.
We have
possibly?
some. So this is from. So we got this big box of stuff. I need to pull up this so I can actually. So I can actually make sure that I'm showing it correctly on the camera, which is going to make.
Can't see anything.
I know. So there we go. Oh, that's my address, but it's got a dirt pony.
Yay! It's got a dirt pony on there.
Dirt mares.
And now people will know where you live and send you pizzas.
No, I love pizza. So we got this shipped across to us, and I will crack it open and pull out the contents and read it, because that is what I'm going to do. This comes from our friend Alpha and 5 Iron. They sent us 3 of the colorable calendars, 16-month calendars. And their note on the front reads, Dear AC, Chef Sandy, and Starry, happy whatever holiday you may or may not celebrate during December. We wanted to say thanks and send well wishes your way. We would have sent postage to mail Sandy, but AC mentioned seeing him soon. AC, don't forget. You know what, Starry? Don't let AC forget to give Sandy his calendar. And a happy new year. Alpha and 5 Iron.
Yeah. Well, I'll be seeing him in like a month.
Yeah, around about a month. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, and look, I just took off the thing. I just noticed. I'll do this. Looks like they have a little thing at the top for Brony time with Alpha and 5 Iron. Huh. Interesting.
They've got a sticker.
Marketing. I was looking through it and I went, oh, this is cool. I thought something really fun to do with these would be to take it to FC and then just like have a whole bunch of colored pencils and just let people do whatever. That could be neat. I don't know. One thing I will state is I'm looking at the back of the collection here, and Rarity and Twilight get totally like ignored. There's let's see, there's 2 Rainbow Dash, 2 Applejack, 2 Fluttershy, 2 Pinkie Pie, but only 1 Rarity and 1 Twilight because you have to make rooms for Celestia and Luna.
What month did Luna get?
You know what?
I like how it goes straight to the important question.
If I have to take a guess here, if these are in order, because I see the first option is January and it's showing Applejack, which is the first one at the top. That would be Applejack is January, February Celestia, March. So January, February, March, April, May is Luna.
May? Luna? That doesn't make any sense.
May is Luna. If you are looking for October, that'd be January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, Fluttershy. Okay, this doesn't make sense. I'm cracking mine open. This has to be resolved because it's 16 months. This is important.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time finding this on the agenda.
Too bad.
I know, right? Well, I'm kind of sad because I have the the BronyCon January, Brony Community Art Calendar 2012. I got a BronyCon January, and I'm on the last month. I'm sad. I'm gonna need a new one.
I'm being beaten by a child's calendar. No.
That's great, both of you. Now, why don't you cry me a bridge?
Oh, I don't want to cry a bridge. I need to. Yeah, I don't have anything to open this with.
So while AC is flailing around,
That is the perfect word.
Eh.
Le mot juste.
so the TV Guide has been running this Best Fans contest. And most people were like, oh no, they went to Doctor Who instead. And actually, no. They finally ended it. And with a full 9% of the vote, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic came out on top as the TV's Best Fan contest.
Yay, we're best.
Yay, we're the best.
We cried really loudly. Okay, here we go.
So the top 5 were My Little Pony, Doctor Who, Walking Dead, Firefly, and Star Trek. And there we go. So maybe it'll come on a cover. I don't know. Or maybe it's just a meaningless online contest that we won. Huzzah!
By stuffing the ballot box.
Man, my dad is calling.
Hey, Sandy's dad. How are you?
Gonna silence that real
How
quick.
how you doing, Sandy's dad? So yeah, Luna's May.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is pretty weird. I think if I counted correctly, Fluttershy is October, which also makes 0 sense. Yeah, Fluttershy October. And they get away with like making it. They say it's a 16-month calendar, but it's actually just a 12-month calendar with 4 calendars on the front page. 16 month, except where these. That's pretty. It's a little girl's calendar. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, that was done.
And last but not least, Big Apple PonyCon, which New York is going to be New York City.
It's great watching him from behind suppress the urge to turn his head and spit when he says it.
Katie Cook is going to be joining the cast of guests. Adding to that, you got Mike the Microphone, Summer Hayes, Child and Pony Museum, Darkly Cute Pin Philly, Brenda Thank You Fund, and Brony Show, Celestia Radio, and Brony State.
I do believe that isn't Tara supposed to be going too?
And Tara.
Yeah, because Tara goes to every convention.
Tara likes money.
She also likes to smile and say that she likes us.
Yes, and she also likes to market herself. Right, so moving on. We have... we'll need to talk about that in the near future here, AC.
Uh-huh.
But that is for after the show and not during the after show.
Sure! All right.
All right, that's about it for the news. So Big Out PonyCon and BronyCon and Equestria LA and cons and cons and cons and cons. Holy crap, what's going on with mine? Well,
Yeah,
Bob and I went and signed the contract today.
Okay, so let's do the update for those that may not know. So Sandy, you've had something kind of in the wings for a while, and then you brought this Bob guy on.
He's a
Other way around, but sure.
yes. Bob here is a very resourceful individual and a pretty cool guy to know.
I heard he's a lawyer. You should
Yes,
look
he
out.
is a big,
Could you call
scary...
me a law dog like in Tombstone? That'd be great.
Sure, law dog.
Thank you.
So we have been working on this for the past 4 months at this point.
June, yeah.
Yeah,
Longer than
since for a while, and we have our 501c status covered. We've got...
So what does that mean, Sandy?
Means that we're a nonprofit social organization and donate our proceeds to a charity. Our charity is going to be St. Jude's, if everything works out.
St. Jude Children's Hospital is one of those kids' hospitals. There's several of them that see kids regardless of their illness or their parents' ability to pay.
Very good organization, and it seems that, 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 You have the anime cons that donate to whatever if they're a nonprofit. You've got the furry cons that donate to animal rescues. We're going to donate to some kids. And that seems to be the trend with the charitable pony cons. So that's going to be cool. And today we have signed a contract for the aforementioned dates at the Crown Plaza Addison.
We got about 32,000 square feet, give or take. Nice room rate. And I declare hotel victory because I managed to talk them out of cancellation penalties for the next few months and waive the deposit and a whole bunch of other crap.
Yep.
And to give an idea, Sandy, what is the from what we heard, you're planning on this one to be one of the big ones, right?
Yes.
2,000, 2,500 attendees. We could go above that, but I'd like people to be able to move.
We like breathing. This particular hotel hosts no less than 4 or 5 other fandom events each year, and so they are well accustomed to groups like us, and so they know how to get along with the attendees that come to these kind of things.
And I appreciate the compliments, but it's easy to negotiate with desperate people. Their hotel rep was a new hire and desperately needed a victory in the fourth quarter of 2012 to show on his resume.
Oh, you should have waited until you should have waited till the 31st. Then put them in real dire straits.
We had him over a barrel for a good while, and so after he threw us 5,000 square feet free, a bunch more updates, and waived the deposit and a couple of other things, then we signed.
Yeah, we worked with him on. There's another event that's going to be going on the same weekend that we're going to be working with, and so we got handed about 5,000 square feet.
The interesting thing, the other event is military families who have at least one family member shipping out
and so it's
the following week. So it's kind of a goodbye to their families. And so there'll be a lot of kids there, and that's good. I'll see what I can do about throwing them some autographs for nothing, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And plus we'll have our military bronies there. I think that'd be pretty cool. We can make it a good time for the families and the kids. Other than that, dedicated social space, faux show, gaming.
Translation: get out of the halls, kids.
Yeah, we're not going to have people sitting in the hallways because we're going to have places for people to actually sit and chat and play board games. And
it's directly across from the hotel bar.
That too. So,
best place to see your favorite VAs. Hotel bars.
Well, yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll get to that topic in a minute.
So you guys, as I mentioned, this is going to be in Texas. Going to be early November.
8th through the 10th.
Yep. So, and I think we talked about it, but there's going to be also some costuming as well.
Yeah, actually, we have a friend of ours, a friend of Bob's, who has run the costume contest for Acon here in Texas for quite a while. She'll be handling our costuming track. We will have,
for any furries in the audience, she is the owner of Radio Comics.
Ellen Winkler, that's her name.
I'm kind of hoping she drags Yaya Han up with her. They're friends.
Yeah, and if you know that name, you should Google her. She's pretty cool. So costuming, definitely. We are going with a Nightmare Night theme. Bit of a Halloween, bit of a everybody dress up, have fun. And it will we'll have a lot more information going forward. But we're just reached a very important milestone that we have the venue signed. And we'll be bringing people on board and events on board.
So here's your segue.
Once we can.
Here's your segue, Sandy, and get it out. Come on. But here's your segue. So what's the next big thing you need to do?
The next big thing I need to do is announce some guests.
How's that going?
Well, this kind of segues into the State of the Fandom segment.
It does.
Oh, boy.
See, this is a wonderful segue. It's like I was leading you up to this. So, all right, this is our other like R34 little fandom update topic time thing went pretty well.
Let me pause for your public apology real quick.
Okay.
Well, this was when we were discussing when we had JJ and Pixel. This was not relating to last week.
Oh, okay.
No,
Never mind.
Yes,
Yeah, last week was a trip to the spaghetti factory.
Yeah, we need to talk about that, AC.
We're fine. But yeah, we can chat on that. But anyway, so this is a little bit more housekeeping. I think you guys deserve, and it's actually kind of nice for you guys to know kind of some of the behind the scenes.
I'm gonna go get a cough drop.
Yeah, we joke about the Poluminati a lot, but to some extent that is true. But one thing that we know for certain is that there is right now a little bit of a stopgap. Tell you what,
Moratorium.
yeah. So, Bob, do you want to go into some of the details of what you've seen from your end?
I will be happy to. I'm not going to name the individual, but on Hasbro's legal team is, well, someone who went to law school where I worked. So, anyway, I've got a couple of folks who are telling me what's what, and some of it I honestly can't get into detail on. But long story short, Hasbro has more or less declared a moratorium on any Hasbro voice actor, with the exception of Tara Strong, attending a fan-run event. Furthermore, because they don't want to cheese off Hasbro, as of right now, the Vancouver branch of DHX, the folks who used to be Studio B, are not letting any of their employees attend fan-run events. Now, again, I can't get into detail on why this is happening. Short story is Hasbro is tired of dealing with our asses. They're getting a lot of calls from people who are not serious. They're not big cons. One example I was given is high school students wanting voice actors to show up and speak at their high school graduation ceremonies. And, Hasbro has to give permission for this to happen. They don't want to give up that right. So, yeah. Now, looking at Sheppy's question, that's a good one. Yes. VAs are welcome to show up at fan-run events all they want. They just can't sign autographs on My Little Pony pictures. They can't talk about the show. They can't talk about their work. They can't, right? They can show up, but they can't discuss My Little Pony in the least. So, effectively, you can't have them as MLP-related guests. Now, this should resolve itself one way or the other mid-January at the latest, right? The voice actors very much want to come to conventions as much as they possibly can. It's essentially a paid vacation for them, and, they can make some money on the side selling autographs, etc. Hasbro does not want them to attend a single one because, well, here's the thing. Hasbro doesn't make any money off of that, right? It doesn't matter if we have My Little Pony cons or not. People are still going to watch the show. They're still going to buy DVDs. They're still going to buy toys. And that's where Hasbro's interest ends, right? They don't make money out of the cons. If they're having to vet conventions for, the purposes of determining whether they want to grant permission or not, they're spending time, right? They're spending the effort and time of their employees and not making any money out of it. So, yeah, I could make this a lot clearer if I could tell you exactly what was going on, but it was said to me in confidence, and so I don't want to betray that.
Mm-hmm. But the vague
Hasbro
details
will be
are
forced
still...
to yield to the voice actors, at least to some extent, by mid-January. We'll see, right? There are some exceptions to these rules. John Delancey, Tara Strong, Studio B department heads, Woody, Jason Thiessen, Daniel, and William from the music department. So there are some folks.
And then past people who are no longer with the company as well, I believe, like Amy Keating-Rogers. Are they?
Well, there's a guy who wrote 2 episodes, right? Ghostbusters and one other, who's not written anything since, hasn't written anything for season 3.
Savino.
Yeah, thank you. Chris Savino. And some other non-pony related convention got him as a guest in San Jose, and they got a C&D.
Well, they got theirs.
Well, not a C&D. They got a don't discuss pony stuff.
And a you can't show episodes.
Yeah, but the don't show episodes make sense because they make, whereas watching it on the hub and, with the commercials, that does. They get money from that. They get a hit. They get the ratings and the hit from that.
Hasbro makes nothing from the show, right? The show is there to sell the toys. That's Hasbro's perspective. They make money on toys, coloring books, all the paraphernalia you buy, right? So, and from licensing agreements to folks like We Love Fine and Hot Topic.
Yeah, so like all the stuff that we like to purchase, the vinyl derpies, the vinyls, whatever, the belts, the hoodies, the headphones, that's money that Hasbro makes.
Well, I need to address a couple of comments. Promoting the show helps sell the toys, absolutely. Their take on it, and they're right, is that we as bronies will watch the show whether there are fan-run conventions or not. We'll continue watching the show, and we'll continue buying the toys, right? If all the cons went away, Hasbro does not anticipate a major dip in their toy sales. Second, of course you can talk to VAs on the street. Of course VAs on the street can sign autographs for you. But cons charge money for you to attend. That's a wholly different thing. Finally, Hasbro's reorganization. Well, Stephen Davis, who's now in charge of all film and TV, was already in charge of My Little Pony. He's the CEO of Hasbro Studios LA. So I don't know why that would change attitudes toward MLP stuff.
Mm-hmm. And there was, kind of to hit a point that you were making a little bit earlier, the, back when this thing was first hitting, and it seemed like hey, we were getting a lot of handshakes with DHX, and we were starting to get handshakes with Hasbro, and I think once people found out that there was the ability to reach out, and that there was at least some form of Hasbro actually responding, that was when everyone jumped in to try and get their attention, and just completely overloaded them. I mean, I think if anything is a prime example, for good or for ill, the whole derpocalypse, was having particular individuals making something that would blast a message to the Hasbro marketing email box, though it seemed like a good
100 a week every week,
which seemed like a great idea at the time, might have probably done more harm than help.
You're correct, The Missing Pony. They have to give approval for these appearances, and they aren't earning anything from the time invested.
Right. They want to look into who's running the convention. They want to ensure that it's family friendly. No adult content or merchandise is allowed at any of them. They want to do their due diligence, and that takes some time. They are not receiving money for that time, and that's their issue. It's not that they don't care about bronies. It's not that they don't realize that goods are sold to bronies. It's we are having to spend all these hours doing due diligence for no payoff because we believe people will continue to buy pony merchandise whether there are cons or not. The guy who was in charge of it is a guy in LA named Matt Prue, and he has, quote unquote, stepped away from that position. There is no one in that position right now to do the due diligence and check into the cons, thus no guests at cons until they get their house in order.
And one thing before everybody goes streaming to the hills is to realize that this is at this point in space-time on Saturday, December 15th, 2012. So if you go back and listen to this in the future and that's changed, well, this is what we know now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's part of the reason why Nightmare Nights has a zero liability escape clause.
Yeah, and it hasn't been as easy for other ones. Winter Moon being an example, they had to pretty much shutter because Hasbro wasn't responding. I know some other ones. Unicon is a little bit in a tight spot right now because they supposedly have a large number of people waiting in the wings, but they can't get approval until Hasbro puts a stamp on it.
Yeah, Hasbro just ran out of time. Hasbro's timing off Winter Moon. It wasn't anything they did. It was just bad timing. So it also doesn't help that there's an anime con the same weekend they were going to run that actually does have has VAs. Anime at Miami.
So
I think Andrea and Apple Bloom's VA.
So, Bob, you kind of mentioned this a little earlier, and I said there's particular details you can and can't say, but you mentioned that it seemed like mid-January things might clear up.
They, I honestly expected them to clear up this week that just passed.
Unfortunately.
Hasbro basically tabled the whole thing until after the holidays, and they're going to get back at it. By not sewing things up this past week, Hasbro is costing themselves money. Right? Hasbro is losing money right now. And apparently they feel strongly enough about it to go ahead and lose money, which surprises the heck out of me. So we'll see what happens come January.
I'm kind of curious if there's any way to make things like I almost wonder though that would be something kind of hard to do if there was any way for the conventions. I mean, it seems like all of this does come down to some extent to money. You know, how do you know, they're not getting these conventions are being run. Sure, it's kind of a marketing thing, but they're mainly it's mainly for an internal group of people who are going to be there regardless. And that's kind of the interesting thing about it. One thing that I've always found kind of fascinating about our conventions and stuff is that all of them seem to almost always have to have some form of show interaction. I think that only Brony Fanfare, I believe, was the only one that I'm aware of at this point that's actually gone off without anybody that was actually would have needed a stamp of approval from Hasbro.
Yeah, they were just a tiny event that was aiming at like 200 people that filtered through 900 in sort of shabby part of Austin. So they were completely overwhelmed by the people showing up. But the biggest name they had was Rena-chan.
Yeah.
Are you coming to cons to get autographs from people, or are you coming because that doesn't take 3 days? Are you coming to cons to have fun with fellow bronies for a few days, hit a few panels, etc.? Right? I got a list of 5, and it's probably going to end up being 6 people who are associated with the show, right? They're official, and don't need Hasbro's approval. Folks like Woody, who, frankly, we've already signed, right? You might, worst case scenario, have to adjust your expectations a little downwards in the sense of, well, we're going to have these folks, but we can't have these other folks. And that's the worst case scenario. Right? And again, this is just a moratorium, right? No final word has been passed. It's them playing it safe. Until we can figure this out, our default response is no.
And I almost have to, there is kind of a saturation level I have to assume out there as well, because for a lot of these conventions at this point, it's kind of like Tara Strong makes her way to pretty much any brony convention that can pay for. Yeah. And she goes and she attends, and at this point, even though we haven't had her on our show, and I want Tara Strong on our show, it's kind of the point of what hasn't been said by her at this point. It's more just, it would be more just our interaction with her than gaining anything that was particularly new or insightful.
Yeah, and that's an excellent point. And I kind of sympathize with them because in my conversations, a lot of the bigger cons we're basically kind of combining forces, if you will, so that Hasbro's not hearing from all of us. The poor bastards are just hearing from me. So in my conversations, there's always this 10 minutes of discomfort until they figure out I'm a 36-year-old attorney who knows what he's doing. And then the discussions get a lot more friendly, if that makes sense. Because most of who they're hearing from are folks who are either still in college or younger who don't understand how intellectual property, protection of brand, and these legal issues work. And when I'm like, well, yeah, we're not going to do this, or anything else to jeopardize your brand or your name and fame. And they calm down a lot.
Yeah.
So I think things will get better. I really do.
Yeah, I just think as kind of said on that, there's a lot of signal to noise out there. And for for a long time, and this was probably one of the frustrations that we've had, is for the longest time, there was only one person that that actually Hasbro was talking to, and that particular person wasn't particularly being nice and wasn't sharing and was kind of controlling all access to Hasbro, and kind of being a Gilda. So
then the person who took over for that person was not exactly playing well with others either. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's some double Gildas out there.
Max double Gilda. Okay. And by the way, DeJorkin, you're wrong. So let's see. So, that's kind of the state of VAs and cons right now. There definitely is plenty of them. I think the only one, the ones that are out there at this point that we're aware of, let's see. Unicon, BronyCon,
wait. I have a list.
Oh, you have a list.
I've got a list.
Oh, dear sir.
Let's see. Let me pull it up here.
All right. So these are all the conventions. And are these just U.S. or is this U.S. and Canada or is this global?
The full international contingent of events as of the last little bit. So there is these are without dates. This is just the list of cons that exist within this particular list.
The list within the list.
The last edit was made 6 days ago. So there's the Boston Brohoof Bash, Buck, BronyCan, BronyCon, Brony Days, Brony's Berlin, Canterlot Gardens, Cutie Mark Con, Equestria LA, Everfree Northwest, Fiesta Equestria, Galacon, Harmony Southeast, Houston Bronies they're the ones working with Fiesta Equestria, Las Pegasus Unicon, Nightmares Nights Dallas,
Woo!
The Sacramento Brony Expo, and Trottawa, and Winter Wrap-Up Weekend. All of these are on the list. Does this mean that every one of them will happen? No.
Yeah.
Some of these may not exist in the near future.
Just kind of similar to we had some other ones that have actually, for as popular as it was, we had Kennerlot Gardens not on the list. They have shelved themselves, so.
Did they officially say that?
I believe they did. I think they officially closed the gates and walked out.
Oh,
yeah.
That's not expected. Actually, no, it was expected. I knew about that. I just wonder if they had officially announced it yet.
I believe so. I believe that they're not doing another one. So
yeah, their pool's closed.
Yep. So yeah, so there's plenty of conventions out there. The weird thing with Sandy and I is that, it's kind of a risk reward of how many of these do we go to, and how much, which ones can we go to where there will actually be, where we're actually needed and we have the access that we can, actually take part on.
Well, Excepi brings up a point. There shouldn't make all these cons. There'd be one special con. Well, then that's one special con in one section of the country. There is space for conventions around the country throughout the year. And there's lots of anime cons, aren't there? There's lots of, admittedly Pony is a single show, but if they're spaced well, not everybody's going to every con. And so, you have cons like Nightmare Nights Dallas, which is in third quarter in Dallas, but also you got Fiesta Equestria. It's in June in Houston. There's a lot of stuff in the middle of the year, which that will be where a lot of collisions occur. Like Big Apple PonyCon's same weekend as PAX East. So we'll see how that works out.
New York versus Boston on that, and one of them is a major event. So. And then you have the midair collision of Everfree Northwest and Anthrocon. That's a big known one.
Yeah. Unicon and Free Fiesta.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that one.
I'm staff on that con, and I ain't gonna be at Unicon as much as I'd like to be.
Yep.
I've got another con to run. You know, so there's going to be a lot of collisions. Not everybody's going to be able to make everything, and there will be cons that don't make it. So, you know, right now is this really weird limbo time, and we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and this, as said, this is all kind of inside information. And please tell us if you actually enjoy, like, if you enjoy these kind of topics and this kind of information, where we're kind of explaining some of the back end stuff that's actually happening.
I mean, we're not here to depress you. We're here to let you know what's going on within this particular scene. Because, I mean, speaking personally, I've got my finger in a lot of different pies, and don't take that the wrong way. You know, because I am a broadcaster. I do this show, but I'm also involved with the media to a lesser degree. You know, I'm, you know, Equestria Daily, a Derby Who's News, but I'm also a con chair. You know, I'm working. When it comes to this fandom, I have so much personal investment in things going well. It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I notice that a lot of you are saying, at least in the chat right now, that all this is very interesting and you love it. And so if this is what you guys want, you know, I will not promise that we will be unbiased, because, you know, that is you know, nothing is worse than saying we are a media outlet that is unbiased. No, regardless of what you do, you're going to have at least a little bit of personal bias.
We're not NPR here.
Right. But I am not the kind of person that is going to, you know, we are not the type of people. We are in this because we think the show is fun. We love you guys, and we just want to make sure that we can do the absolute best, you know, and put something on that you really, really like. So, you know, everything is going to be filtered through our lens, but if you want more of this, then we can totally talk about, you know, the state of blogs, you know, the EQD and DHN stuff like that. Have those kind of discussions. You know, probably if we want to go down the road of discussing ourselves in other media outlets, particularly ones that have been difficult in the past, that could be a fun one. But yeah, and then some of the stuff that we've got going forward with, you know, with some of the really big stuff, and what I'm hoping is a very big upcoming thing that we've got planned with a whole bunch of other sites. It seems like we've got some forward momentum on actually doing some unification within the fandom, which excites me. Ooh, it could be good. If this works, Sandy, it could be marvelous. The United Confederation of Pony.
Yes, people were noting, oh my gosh, there's facial hair everywhere.
I know. I've been scruffed up. Ugh.
Hey, I at least shaved this morning, so
I didn't.
This takes 2 weeks to grow.
Step up.
Whew, boy. I'll tell you though, I grew a beard pretty hard, but I mean like the full thing, like all the way down to there. For your beard? Yeah. Dag.
Yeah.
That's manly. Oh. Whoa.
I'm strong like the cedar of Lebanon.
Oh, you are.
That's right.
Well, tell you what, let's go ahead and push past our little topic time.
So if you've survived this conversation, congratulations. You don't get a bookmark. You get to listen through this. Or just keep hitting 30 seconds advanced. Till we bring ourselves to this topic episode discussion.
Yes, let me go to Film Wiki, pull up the details of the episode. Hey, it's time to talk about a dash pony. You know, she's the blue one. So yeah, we've got a episode.
His beard lifts. Yes. So this episode,
here we go. Season number 3, episode number 7, overall episode number 59. Air date on December 15th, 2012. Written by Meriwether Williams. It's the Wonderbolts Academy. Hey, it features Dash. She's trying to be a Wonderbolt.
Yeah. Featured Dash and written by Meriwether Williams.
Meriwether, who, let's pull up the information. Meriwether is one of the writers that, at least from what we believe, has a little bit of I'll give spotty record, you could say. Writing.
I beg your effing pardon.
Yeah. So here's Meriwether has done Mysterious Ne'er-Do-Well, Hearthwarming Eve, Putting Your Hoof Down, Dragon Quest, and Wonderbolts Academy.
Okay, so she writes episodes that, and I hate using this term for candy-colored ponies, are a little more realistic. Not every pony is nice. Not every pony is sunshine and butterflies and kittens, and people have a problem with that. I loved her on Angry Beavers. She even made James Franco movies watchable. You can sit through Fool's Gold and not walk out at the theater, right? Mm-hmm. And so everyone jumps on Mary Williams because some of the ponies in her episodes are mean. Really? So basically, you could just hand the elements of harmony out to anybody? Oh, Roseluck, you gave a flower to Pinkie Pie. You can be the element of generosity. What the hell? So her ponies are a little more realistic. That's okay. Yeah, it totally makes sense. People are passive-aggressive. There are flaws. It happens.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I'm looking over this, and even the ones here that, I think when people look at Mysterious Ne'er-Do-Well and Hearth's Warming, they're just kind of, at least the way people say that Mysterious Ne'er-Do-Well is written weird, and I guess I could see that. Hearth's Warming just was kind of like a weird holiday hybrid. Putting Your Hoof Down, that was a fine episode. Don't give a flying feather. Come on,
Iron Will, Hercule back from the grave, right?
Dragon Quest was, gave us Garble and all the crazy teenage dragons, and gave us Pee-wee, who we haven't seen again.
Putting Your Hoof Down gave you Fluttershy shaking her hoof out of the cab, right?
Yeah,
if I had fingers, I'd be showing you one.
Yeah. I mean, so I have to say, if we're looking at the past record, I like Ne'er-Do-Well simply because of the Ne'er-Do-Well character. Hearthwarming, I'm a little bit cooler too. But Hoof Down and Dragon Quest, still two good ones. And I think Wonderbolts Academy was good. I liked it. Fine.
It was good.
Deal with it.
I thought it was...
a whole bunch of Top Gun references and one The Right Stuff reference. And I mean, she threw in the 70s Incredible Hulk reference and Putting Your Hoof Down. I'm an old guy, so that stuff has me.
So, Sandy, you're Dash fan.
I'm a Dash fan, and I'm kind of on this episode.
So why you Why are you so
Well, it didn't really go anywhere. I mean, yeah, you basically put Dash up against bad qualities of Dash. And the episode basically culminates in like 3 particular incidences where Lightning Dust, the other Pegasus, who's just as aggressive, if not more so than Dash, basically
being Dash.
Basically being Dash and nearly killing the main 6.
The distinction was clear. Dash is willing to risk herself, but not others.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
And, but, I mean, the episode build-up was pretty good. I thought that the animation was good. The various steps in the story were okay. Mm-hmm. I thought it was kind of funny to see the giant steroid pony.
It came back again. Had a wildfire recolor. That was kind of interesting. Raindrops was in it, so I'm expecting some good stuff from the Raindrops Tumblr.
Cloud Chaser.
Oh, Cloud Chaser. I'm bad with this.
And of course, some pony that, flat pony that we know, and it's like probably flipped out. This is almost a Spitfire episode. Mm-hmm. Except the VA for Spitfire is not the same VA that has been used in seasons 1 and 2. It was a different Spitfire who
has a higher pitched, squeakier voice. And
did you guys not look at the voice actress?
What do you mean?
Let's
see.
On the credits.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard her before.
I don't know. I didn't actually look at the credits. Let me see.
All right,
who's doing
being
Spitfire
super
now?
professional here.
I'll wait for you.
Yeah, we're looking here. We're looking.
The show's stopping.
It was not Ashley Ball.
Oh, it's Tara Strong. Andrea Libman. Pass.
Nice.
Yes, his
Tabitha St.
Mitch-
Germain. I don't know.
Kelly Metzger.
Mm-hmm.
See, Britt Irvin is Lightning Dust and Kelly Metzger is Spitfire. What has she done to IMDb?
This seems like something we should have done earlier.
But we didn't think about it.
No, why do things change?
Survivor writers are going to be so happy.
Let's see. She has done the voice of Spitfire. She's been in Barbie. She's been
Okay.
in Barbie.
So here you go. So interesting enough, looking up the information for Spitfire, voiced in season 1 by in one case though I don't exactly know by Markike Hendritsky. Woo, Hendritsky. There we go. In season 2, it was either Markike Hendritsky or Ashley Ball. And Markike was the one that voice also of Gilda, by the way. And then, yes, Kelly Metzger doing the voice for Spitfire in 3. And, of course, we have to bring up Anneli Heed, the Swedish Spitfire.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that I would have preferred the original season 1 and 2 Spitfire for this. This would have sounded better, in my opinion. And I really would like to hear Anneli Heed talk about, to do this episode. I may not understand the language, but she sounds pretty hot when she does it. So,
wow,
That's
Sandy,
okay.
drop it down there. Oh,
Stepping outside of his
Hey,
comfort
go.
zone.
Why don't you go ahead and just cool yourself off a little bit?
If you haven't ever looked at Brenda Critchlow's photo on IMDb, just go ahead
Brenda
and treat
Critchlow,
yourself real quick.
Takora. Yeah.
Woo.
But anyways, that's totally not what we're talking about. We're talking about cartoon
True.
voices here.
Okay, so let's break it down. Let's do kind of the scene bits. What did you think about the beginning piece? And I guess it kind of leads into the rest of the episode. Crazy Pinky. I know you're not the biggest on Pinky, Sandy. There's
well.
that was
There's the shrug.
There was the shrug. There was kind of the there's kind of the
Whatever. Pinky. Yeah.
Pinky was fine.
But
I
it's
thought-
funny because she's flipping out more than Rainbow Dash was about Rainbow getting into the thing. Like, holy crap, what's going on?
Yeah, it was. I thought that Pinky was Pinky is unfortunately low on your list. I think Pinky is a fine pony, and I thought it was pretty nice, pretty neat, and the whole her just kind of waiting at the mailbox for 3 days, and so forth, trying to figure out wait for a mail to arrive.
Yeah, because they've never shown Pinky as being needy and clingy before.
Yeah.
Yep.
And obsessive about friends completely forgetting her. And
She should have
things
been waiting at the mailbox with a sack of flour.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's gonna come. She's gonna come, right? So yeah, that was kind of. Let's see. So let's kind of run through the particular things. Looks like Dash does pretty good, and then you have what was Lightning Dust was the.
Yes, Lightning Dust, a.k.a. Rainbow Dash, without any of the redeeming qualities.
Rainbow Dash 2, Return of Rainbow Dash. And, it seemed like seemed pretty neat. I don't know. Overall, if I try and think of, like, the specifics of the episode, Muscles McLarge Huge comes back, or McLarge Hooves comes back.
Snowflake in their show Bible.
Chuck Hardflank.
Exactly.
Muscles McLarge Hooves.
Big McLarge hooves. I like that. Yeah.
It was fine. There definitely was a lot of Spitfire. Spitfire has a confirmed cutie now.
Yeah, it's totally not anything like people have been drawing for the last 2 years.
And Lieutenant's bars. She's
Yeah.
not the captain, apparently.
Or she's captain of the Wonderbolts, but a lieutenant in the equestrian
paramilitary.
I don't know.
Yeah, but supposedly, then this is at least, you can confirm if this hasn't been updated yet, but the cutie mark is a profile of a stylized phoenix.
Yep.
All right, so that's your Spitfire at this point. Wonderbolts Academy.
The Dizatron.
Yes, Dizatron was pretty good.
The right stuff.
I just kind of wonder. It's like they had to have tested it, but at some point they pull and then just release the Pegasus into the ground. It's just they're spinning it so fast, just like you signed a waiver. Oh no! Oh god!
By the way,
get the mop! Oh, jeez! Gosh.
It was the centrifuge scene from The Right Stuff, youngins. Go watch your classic movies.
I do have to say, Starry, who is not here at this time, she is out watching The Hobbit. But there was one particular pony that was there, which was the one with just the chiseled chin. She was losing her mind every time that character came up. He's just in the background. He's the one doing the lever. He's just one of the ones, and just this chin.
If he had a line, he would have been voiced by Bruce Campbell. Yeah,
just absolutely. Hi, Midnight Shadow. What do you want? Show the kitty. No, she's in the room.
She's in Katica.
Yeah, go ruin another show. So let's see. Yeah, it was. I mean, as me, not particularly. I do enjoy times when the thing that gets me about Rainbow Dash is I usually find that she's too out there and too crazy, and this was one of those episodes where it was good for me to be reminded that she's not 100% insufferable most of the time. That she actually can have redeeming that she actually that she can tone it down when necessary. The times when Dash can be out there and so like expressive and be just this mega tomboy triple X, like just to the wall, and then can just totally
extreme
and then can tone it down and be like, hey dude, that's not cool, like just chill a little bit, is actually when I think it becomes a little bit more interesting.
Looks like the last couple episodes have really,
Hold on, he's not done. He's still rolling.
Softened her character a bit.
He's going up against James Joyce for longest sentence ever.
Yeah.
You've got, the last episode where, she can be a big sister when she's not trying to make fillies wet themselves from terror.
Ew. 2 episodes straight.
And now she's actually showing concern that, she's reckless, but only to herself. And doesn't involve her friends in her crazy recklessness.
Just a late night drinking,
and now we got 2 straight Applejack episodes coming up.
Oh man,
2.
Tree Kicker. She better get some characterization.
So yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought there were a few things that one thing that I thought was odd, and then another thing that I thought was kind of a missed opportunity in some spots. I thought the fact that they just totally just kicked Lightning Dust out was insane. Like, it wasn't just like a, no, you're, just go ahead and go back out and just kind of like, rip, leave. I was like, jeez. No.
You're a loose cannon. Get off my ship.
Yeah, it was
Plateau.
Just like all the other ones have been having a hard time, but it's not like, no, listen, we can tone you down. We can work with you. It's just like, no, go home. You're not allowed. I was like, whoo, geez, ah.
Yeah, and they have completely tossed out the letter to Celestia.
Yeah. Dear, tell you what, we need to replace that. When we'll do that in just a sec. And mention, I do think that they need to add in two scenes to the episode. One being a volleyball scene, which obviously was very, very needed.
And that's right, I am dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, Midnight Shadow Pony? No, that's an officer and a gentleman.
Yeah.
Wrong reference entirely.
Yeah.
That's the bad end of Magic Duel. She just wanted to be loved, right?
I don't know. You'll have to see the chat to explain that. And the other one being just a you can be my wing pony. Heck
Wing
no,
yeah.
you can be mine. Just to do that one. I don't know. I thought it was a fine episode. I do have to say the trainee outfits are kind of weird.
Ooh, you could have also had Rainbow Dash sitting on Scootaloo's scooter at some point. That would have been another great Top Gun reference.
Mm-hmm. just chilling out.
Just sitting there watching Pegasi take off.
Yep. All right. So that's
Going, why can't I fly?
So that's Wonderbolt's Academy. So that is episode number 7, guys. I don't want to frighten you, but we're over halfway done with the season.
Yeah.
Don't want to frighten you, but just wanted you to know.
Yeah, wing pony doesn't really sound like a racial slur. I'd say flap horse would.
Oh,
you silly flap
just in
horses.
front of me.
But the next 2 episodes are indeed Applejack, Apple Family Reunion, where Applejack is silly again, and Spike at Your Service, which Applejack saves Spike's life,
From
and then
Timberwolves.
Spike repays her by annoying the crap out of her. So
That is
Spike. So it's an Apple Family episode, so may get more Braybird. Woo!
That'd be nice.
And another Spike episode.
Yep.
So we shall see.
I will have to say, for the AJ fans out there that are hoping that that some of these episodes are going to really hammer home and make AJ, give a lot more character traits that she kind of desperately needs, I don't think next episode's going to do it, but I'd be surprised. Maybe. We'll see. And then, Spike. That'll be interesting. All right.
But yeah, so far we've got Crystal episode Empire, which is totally Twilight episode, Pinkie Pie episode, a CMC episode, Twilight Trixie episode. Sleepless in Ponyville was technically a CMC, the Scootaloo episode.
And Dash.
And Dash. And Wonderbolt's Academy was definitely a Dash episode.
So we're definitely low on rarity.
So you got Apple and Apple Spike, but then we've got only 4 episodes left, unnamed, unknown, to cram in perhaps a Fluttershy or a Rarity episode before the the 2-part season finale, as they like to do.
See, here's the thing, Sheppy. It takes a lot of self-assurance. It takes a certain comfort with who you are as a human being to appreciate dependability and strength. So all these folks out here who just want the sizzle and don't care about the steak say, oh, Applejack's a background pony. She's not interesting. Yeah, well, she's the one supporting her family, you douche.
Whoa, drop it down. Yeah, I like AJ. She needs a episode or 2 where you just kind of go, oh, and just watch her completely manage everything and control everything and go, oh, wow, okay, that's your purpose. Gotcha. We've been kind of waiting for that for 3 seasons. Yep. Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Well, let's move forward. Let's do an episode.
Did I mention my wife is a farm girl?
So we've only got 4 emails.
Do we? That's fine. 4 emails is fine. You can always email across us at email at Bronyville, not email at Bronyville.com. That would be Bronyville at gmail.com. That'd be the way that you can send an email across to us. Talk about the episode. Talk about what you want to chat about on this. I will go first, Sandy second, and Bob thirdsies. I shall start. Hello, Bronyvillians. Pony Tim here, and I have a question for you. What is the single thing you're proudest of that the Brony community has done? On the flip side, was the one thing you Bronies have done that has made you eye roll the most? Anyway, hope to see you guys in person again next year at Everfree Northwest. P.S. Chef Sandy, I totally agree with you commenting with your comment on Garrus from Mass Effect a couple podcasts ago. I went female shepherd simply so I could romance him, and I wasn't disappointed.
Wow.
He had the reach, you had flexibility.
Oh,
Wow.
all right.
So
I'm entirely too sober to have this discussion.
I I've only got some Frangelico. It's good, but a bit fancy. Anyways, time to wrangle it back in.
Okay, so yes, what's the proudest thing and the least proudest things, you would say?
I would say a lot of it's probably the charitable work that the community does. It's good to do in general, makes us look good as a community, and nobody can really find fault with it. You know, because there's douchebags out there that can find fault pretty much anywhere, but charitable or giving, kind of hard to do so.
Yeah, and I mean, we've set up orphanages and, you know, stuff across, you know, the entire world, you know, with the Bronies for Good and, you know, the Kiki's Charity and things like that have really, I mean,
Yeah.
usually I'm used to those being like big donation drives that happen at conventions. So the fact that they can actually happen online is pretty remarkable. So yeah, that's probably, if I had to go down, the charity work is probably some of our best. If I had to go for what has made me eye roll the most, I have one that's really recent and it might be a little too soon. I'll do that as my second one. I mentioned it earlier, but the second phase of the Save Derpy, where we pretty much mucked up the internet for a day or two. I was kind of like, oh, geez, this is gonna look bad for a while. You know, I agree that, you know, the first round of it, but the after it was said and done, it was just us venting, and in the end, served to make us seem more crazy than, you know, we actually probably wanted to. But yeah,
Well, one thing's for sure is that the gray-eyed Pegasus Mare lives on in merchandise
Yep.
and on our shirts. and in our
merchandise,
hearts.
shirts, comics. She's still there, even if
Let
she
me,
may potentially be not in the show as much.
What kills me about it is not the reaction. You know, what people are going to be people. Nerd culture is going to be nerd culture, right? It's the fact that Amy Keating Rogers wrote that, and if you don't know, her son Soren is special needs. And the fact that people were accusing her of being insensitive to that when that's her life every day just absolutely tears me up. Like, it really bothered her a great deal. And yeah, that's just Bush League. That's just offsides.
Yeah, that's gonna be, you know, depending on how long the community endures, that's still gonna be a big black eye, I think, in the long run.
Yeah, so that was kind of something that, it was an unfortunate situation, but now, yeah, it's something that will definitely, it's something that we're always, I think, going to go back to a little bit and just be kind of like, that everyone came out of that with a black eye. Hasbro, us, nobody was happy. Everyone was upset. Now
Bad.
go home. Okay, so
yeah, moving on. Let's not get everybody upset after we depress them.
I won't do the second one because I think it's too soon. So
Yeah. Okay, so Dear Apple Cider Shift, Standing Starry Night, and guest like Pegasus. I was so happy to find out that my email was read on air. I listened to that podcast 3 times during the course of the day.
and you'll do it
Now you get
again.
to listen to this one again, and you'll get really depressed. Don't do that.
No.
On a side note, AC, you cheated with your fanfic suggestion by saying sunny skies all day long.
Oh, that's a great
As
one.
I always do.
It's a good one. It really is.
Great. It's the best. Read it. Sunny skies all day long. It is. Except right now it's cloudy. But in that fic, it's sunny skies all day long.
Now, what is the best music you guys have heard from the fandom?
Pony swag.
Oh goodness. If I want to like cry, I'll say Lullaby for a Princess by Christina Larson. And
And we're back to crying again.
oh god. But I really like Cyril Rufus's Pony Metal. It's so
Hard to
over
throw
the
up the
top.
horns when you've got hooves, you know.
AC, I see. What are you doing?
Nothing. Keep going.
No, I really do like his stuff. It's really nice and over the top. Um,
I think I could count as pores.
Aviators, good stuff. AC is getting closer and closer to the camera. Oh God. Um, my I also like some of Forest Rain's stuff. I mean, Mando's Loyalty is a good song.
When
I mean, it's really hard to choose.
When I go back to, I've got, there was a good compilation that was done a while back of like 80 of the best songs kind of filtered out. And every once in a while, I'll have my my MP3 player on shuffle, and it's a lot of the older stuff. Just resonates to me back when the fandom was just kind of like this crazy, insane. Oh my God, like just creative unknown. Flutter Wonder came on, and I was just like, God, love this song. It's such just a weird, fun little song. Just absolute nonsense, but it sounds great. I even had the 1,000 subscribers song come on, and that's just bizarre, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to toss this comic out. It's wow.
Good Old Days is good. Yeah, that's a good one. I actually like the Jackalap's Summer. That's a good one. I'm looking at these. Yeah, and pretty much if it's a show song, like the Smile song, it's just one of those just infectious brain poisons that you love. But yeah, that's kind of my music stuff. I haven't been listening as much to the music stuff as I probably should. But
yeah, I've kind of fallen out of it as of late. Babsy got a trillion remixes. Shame I don't really like the song.
Within 48 hours.
Yeah. Super remixable. Didn't really like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Bob, we got a big block of text here for you.
But now you get to hear his sexy voice.
Please listen.
Tones.
Please listen to Bob for the next 45 seconds.
All right, big block of text.
And now, Bob.
Well, if I had my big block of text, I'd be more comfortable.
It's there. I gave it to you.
Did you?
You highlighted it.
It's on the dock.
All right. Well, given that I had the dock up on my phone.
Oh, well, hold on. I'll drop it in the chat.
Why, thank you.
There.
Collaboration.
Collaboration.
Yeah, you get to watch my perturbed face. All right. Yeah, we're great. I know this.
Are we?
So I'm told.
Can you read it aloud?
The whole thing? Fine. Now I know why you sent it to me. That's just awesome. All right. You want to give me my motivation for this?
You're a lawyer.
Dear Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, Starry, and guests. Hey, that's me. First, I'd just like to say your show is really great. Yes, we are. You do a great job, and I'm so very thankful. Even after having a fairly heated argument, I couldn't help but smile and laugh. For those of you listening at home, I just want to correct all their spelling and punctuation. So you guys very literally have never failed to make me smile, until today. So thank you. Now, on to the question. I am part of a startup company called Dundershucks. I'm guessing on the pronunciation there. Which is a multimedia, brony-based center for all that is entertainment of the brony variety. We have writers, artists, programmers, musicians, and the like. I'm in this as the web designer and coder, and as a longtime friend of the founder-manager. Here's where my questions comes in. Subject-verb disagreement. How do you personally manage your website? Do you have any tips as far as filling up space when you don't have much content? I would like to think that AC has all kinds of tips for that. Moving on.
Yeah, update
either
once
your
a
site
week.
or the actual podcast itself. And then just any other suggestions you can think of for a startup in our position trying to get going would be really awesome if you can think of any. I hope these questions aren't too many or too large. Well, they covered their bases by spelling two one way the first time and another way the second. Again, thank you so much if this gets read. They're retracting that thank you right now. You can check out our site progress as things happen at dundershucks.com, although it's a bit slow right now. Best pony is Fluttershy. Best episode is the Grand Galloping Gala. I'm assuming they mean best night ever. Oh, your loyal listener, Finite, and have a great day.
So Dundershucks currently has a whole bunch of nothing on it. Currently under development, being built. Check back soon. We'll be up and running in no time. Yay!
I love you so much right now, little ribbon.
This is completely unrelated, and I'm sorry I'm derailing this, but I just logged into the MLP tablet game for the first time in like a week. Just noticed I had that many chests just pop out.
Oh. Well,
okay.
hopefully it hasn't crashed.
My first suggestion is, within a very short time frame, you will have a buyout offer from Everfree Radio. Do not accept it.
The
Ooh.
how do you manage the website? WordPress, it's easy. It does pretty much everything for you. Tips for filling up space. We only post once a week, so
Yeah, we're a once a week show because we're just two dudes.
yeah. There are
And guests.
there are definitely some things you can do of doing like a talkback, which is literally just kind of like reblogging something that's elsewhere. We could do that. We don't. I've talked about having some people on write some content, and I know M used to do that, but schedules and such, make that difficult. It's just kind of a process, and I don't know. I just kind of just do stuff, and we're not really the best to answer this, just because our content is just, with a podcast, it's a lot of work, but it's all about staying consistent and just making sure you do it each week. And we do have the benefit of having people like M, who don't mind going in and making us not sound, too dumb each day. So that's kind of our thing. EQD and Derby Hooves would be better about just figuring out content. One thing I do know that they've complained about before is that a lot of like the custom stuff that is made, custom blogs and custom writing just doesn't do much. So, it's mainly just when Anthony Bourdain talks about ponies that that it becomes a thing.
That cracked me up to no end.
Yep.
Rainbow Dash. Nom 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 nom.
All right. Let's see. It's my turn. Give me 1 sec. Call in a few. Okay. Let's do this. Hello, everyone. We wanted to share a video with you guys to help promote the Bronies for Good and the Project for Awesomeness this year. If you're not familiar with it, the Project for Awesome, P4A, is a charity drive that takes place each year on YouTube. It began a few years ago, initiated by Hank and John Green, the Vlog Brothers, and has taken over YouTube each year in December. If you are able to help spread the word, please feel free to promote the following tiny URL, which is part of the listing here on the show notes that you can find over at bronyshow.com or bronyvillepodcast.com. The big day to push for this is 12/17/12 around noon EST. This is when the event officially kicks off. Having folks like and favorite the video helps get it pushed to the top of the categories, thus gaining maximum exposure for the Bronies for Good. This video is already posted due to time conflicts on the day of the event. Thanks for your time. 5ironbrony, bronytime.com, at 5ironbrony on Twitter.
Gasp.
That one speaks for itself. All right, well, that's email time. Thank you very much for everyone that went ahead and sent across. As said, you can always send that across to bronyville@gmail.com. iTunes Bronies, we're at 742 5-star iTunes ratings. So thank you very, very much. Thanks to Pissed Off Juggalo.
Oh, dear God.
Andy Almighty, Amrockstar, and again 5Iron Brony for leaving us a 5-star review. You guys rock. And that gets us up there. We have to keep Kevin Smith at bay. One day he'll find out, and then he'll be coming for us. So we have to ensure that we can always fortify
We'll have to
ourselves.
have a summit at his place where we can agree to a ceasefire.
Safe terms against Kevin
over
Smith.
mountains. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Thank you,
And thank you very much for donators. This week, Sheppy sent us a thing. He gave a thing to his YouTube account, and he says, I owe you something for the time I think I owe you something for the time for a great show and saying Derpy is best pony.
Dude, right now, I just looked at the What's Hot in TV and Film. We are 18th.
Nice.
And I think that's in front of... Is it? I think it is.
Still in front of Kevin Smith?
Yeah. Jamie's got his cell phone number at home.
What, Kevin
My
Smith?
wife, we had him and Jason Mewes as guests for one of our college get-togethers. And by the way, Jason Mewes, Jay, not acting. His condition for coming was that I could get him a half ounce. Anyway.
Whoa!
I'm incredibly non-specific. Everything's measured in ounces.
Yes.
So, she's had dinner with him at South by Southwest a couple of times now. So it just cracks me up when you have a war against Kevin Smith.
The lawyer is telling us we have
I'll be
access.
glad to go beard to beard with Kevin Smith. I appreciate that.
Oh, Kevin Smith's my spirit animal. I don't know about you.
Phoenixes, wolves, Kevin Smith. Choice spirit animals.
I will put on a hockey jersey and sit down with Kevin Smith.
Would you? My Stars jersey.
I'll put on a Stars jersey.
Stars. Well, you got a cup, I guess. Better than my team. All right. Let's go ahead and move. And so, yes, thank you, Sheppy. You rock for your donation. Thank you very, very much. And as said, you can donate over at BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com. Over on the right-hand side, please give us a donation. It lets us so we can go to conventions, make you awesome content, throw a few bones over to our admin guy for, keeping the podcast and everything running. So, thank you very much for those of you that can give a little to us.
You rock like Tom, Sheppy.
Yeah. All right, and now it's one cool thing time. It's time to go ahead and wrap this up with cool stuff. Unfortunately, I'm going to redux because, there are definitely super cool things that we have talked about in the past that maybe you haven't looked at recently or maybe you forgot about it. And I just want to remind you that no matter how bad the day gets, no matter how dark your feelings may be, or you could be in the largest pit of despair.
I was not prepared for this.
You weren't. But I want to offer you that Snap Eyes, or is it Snappy's? His beep beep video is
my God.
Absolutely 100% pure, straight sugar to the heart. 100% fuel. So
that is super cute.
It is.
And I had only just seen that for the first time just recently, so super cute.
I'm gonna play some of the music. Look out!
No, don't.
Look out! It's coming into your ears. Don't
let
it.
Love of all that's holy. Don't do it.
Don't. It's in your ears.
Is it?
Au contraire, mon frere.
You can't stop it. You can't.
I can't
stop
hear
it.
it.
You can't hear it. That's because I'm playing it in the stream.
Oh.
See, I kept you safe. Our listeners are 100% destroyed now with beep beep songs.
We got to work on your definition of cool things.
Number 200 in top episodes of the week on iTunes.
Yep.
Neat.
All right, so that's my one cool thing. Check it out.
I need to get up to pat you on the back.
Yep.
Oh, that's okay.
Give him a big hug later. Okay, and Sandy, what do you got?
My cool thing is something really quite cool and something I've posted about in the past. There was the Rainbow Dash automaton thing. Well, that same person seems to have gone forth and made a rarity one.
It's damn impressive.
It is quite impressive. He did a Fluttershy one as well. So it's really hard to describe. You have to just look at it yourself. This is all wood, all handmade, it looks like, and is just ultra impressive.
Oh, and there's a YouTube link that you can find on that of them actually running it because it's a little crank engine. That's
and it's a little crank, and she advances the cloth and stuff. It's really quite cool.
Oh, it is pretty neat. And there's a for some reason I'm forgetting the name of her cat.
Opal.
Opal is totally down there.
The Fluttershy one even has noise. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the Fluttershy one's pretty crazy because it's you have to do it fast enough that the actual bellow will make the noise.
But they tweet the My Little Pony thing, yeah.
Yeah, these are remarkable, and the amount of I think I saw they sold the Fluttershy when it went for nearly like $3,000.
As well it should.
Yeah, these are crazy.
Rarity is not for sale. She was commissioned, so it says it took him 110 hours to make.
That's like
Wow.
That's like 2 weeks of full work.
That is holy crap, dude. That is amazing.
The opal's mega cute. Like, she's usually just a little pain, but that's pretty cute. All right, Rarity dressmaking wine box thingy. Bob, do you have anything cool?
No, I was told this doesn't have to be pony related.
Okay, what's not cool? What's cool but not pony related?
Well, given, and this will explain so much with the drinking references and unclean living I do, I am, of course, a proud member of the Fightin' Texas Aggie class of 1998 for my undergrad. So my cool thing, of course, has to be from last Saturday, Johnny Emmen effin' football winning the Heisman. Now, I realize a lot of bronies aren't really into sports, and that's fine, to each his or her own, but man, bringing a Heisman home to my university is a big deal to me. Should I get my little stiff arm trophy?
Yeah.
No, that's pretty cool.
No, that's fine. You two can both give yourself hugs. Sandy can hug Bob. Bob can hug Sandy. Everyone gets their congratulations.
Yay, but we have to have the pat. Otherwise,
Ironically, I just got a call from my dad. That's kind of odd.
I don't have my phone with me, so I don't know if my dad's called. It could be a 3-dad podcast or something. Okay. Oh, that's good. Those are your cool things.
Feather roots for OU. See you in the Cotton Bowl in a few weeks, buddy.
Man of the season, yeah. All right, so that's our one cool thing, and that wraps us up for the episode today. Thank you all very much. First off, let me thank the guest. Thank you very much, Bob, for coming in and helping us
Pleased
explain
to be
the
of
convention.
service.
And if I'm ever in the need for a bearded Texas lawyer, I know where to go.
I have a bucket full.
A bucket full of bearded Texas lawyers?
It's true. I got
Oh,
rabbit attack
man.
attorneys.
Oh, geez. This is how you keep yourself, as the premier bearded Texas lawyers, as you keep all the rest of your competition in a bucket. All right.
He's a man of many talents and many resources. Better watch out.
All right, Sandy, thank you for coming on and being all sandy-faced.
Count on me.
And you are very much faced because we can see you. Hey, guys, thanks all you for listening, be it if you're on Justin TV or if you are, watching this on, if you're listening, hey, we got YouTube. You can watch this on YouTube if you want. Go check our channel, Bronyville Podcast. That's pretty cool.
Do you realize we said nothing about our own con, our guests, or all the stuff we have so far?
No,
Shocking.
that'll filter out.
Well, we
I
haven't
was going to have
really-
AC to be the MC, but,
Well, I mean,
we got to have time for our guests to get a word in edgewise, so I don't know.
yeah, really.
Well, I think we'll have you on again here, Bob, because we will have many developments to discuss.
Yep.
Because while this is not Bronyville the Con, I'm still running it, and it's still local to me, and you're going to be hearing a lot about it in the next year.
Well, if you guys do an after show, stick around, I suppose.
Bronyville Cast Con.
I'm popular in the chat channel.
Yeah, Bob, they like the beard.
Yep.
It's true. I just make the beard ambulatory.
It's intimidating. So people see the beard and they feel like but you're so friendly. They feel like that and then they know you're just the perfect combination of slightly intimidating, but you're a lawyer, so that's even slightly more intimidating yet intelligent. You're the whole package.
Yep.
I'm trying to reach the point where it's like the beard and mustache from The Tick.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I want my beard to go off on its own, have adventures.
There you go. All right, so let me go ahead and wrap all these pieces up together. Again, thank all of you for listening. We love doing this show for you. Here's where you can find all the relevant information. BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com is where you can find the website. Bronyville@gmail.com is where you can send an email across to us. You can join us roughly every Saturday, noon Pacific Daylight Time, that should be standard time, at JustinTV/Bronyville Podcast, and listen to this live, see our video, wave, and talk to people. If you're not able to see the video, hey, you can just go over to not Justin TV, you can go over to YouTube. We're putting these on, and you can see everything live, and right now you can see all of our happy, shiny, smiley faces doing the show. Hey, you should leave us an iTunes review, because as said, we're sticking it to Kevin Smith. We've got him on speed dial, and he's gonna know. He's gonna know he's getting bested by a bunch of pony folk.
He's had Tara Strong on. He's okay with pony folk.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can listen to the show on Celestia Radio every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, and 11 p.m. UTC. My Twitter account is @Bronyville.
And mine's @Chef Sandy.
And meetup groups are the Bronies of Northern California.
And North Texas Bronies.
And for some reason, Bob is showing a cat on his feed. No,
his cat has laser eyes.
Pretty much.
It's true.
Laser kitty. All right, well, that's going to go ahead and wrap us up for episode number 85. We will catch you next week. We're going to have Sandy of Unicon on, it sounds like, so that will be good. And we've got big stuff planned. Looks like we're going to have a notable name, show personality coming on early next year, so hooray. You know what? But what you should do right now, while you're getting ready, probably a little tired, so sleep well, everypony.
Adios. Now we hit the button.
We do.
And it's over.
Is it jolly and red and candy-like?
Actually, yeah. Isn't it?
No, it's just a little gray button.
Oh, well, you need to paint it red.
I could hit the button, Frank. Hold on. I'll show everyone. This is me hitting the button. See this?
Oh, goodness.
See this button?
And you accidentally delete everything.
Live button pushing going right now. All right, button was pressed.
Talking about hitting the button should never take longer than hitting the button.
Than actually hitting the button.
You have a connect. Back to the cursing, people say. No. Oh.
I caught myself a lot more than I failed to pull the cord in time.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, we didn't talk too much about what we got nailed down because we really don't have... We can talk about it, but we don't have a website to show people yet.
I'll be right back while you guys talk.
Have the URLs. We have the site hosting. We just need to get a website up and link it because we have a nice hotel. I mean, let me link you in the chat if I can for the hotel. Crown Plaza Addison. It is pretty nice. View photos. There's a floor plan. Yeah, and one of the really cool things that the hotel is going under a lot of renovation right now. So by the time that Nightmare Nights rolls around, all the rooms are going to have mini fridges and microwaves in them. So that's a nice feature that a lot of hotels don't have.
Yep. No mini bars, though.
No mini bars, but still, there's a bar downstairs, and Addison does have liquor stores. It's a wet town. You can buy liquor by the glass, or go to the store and have yourselves a big old soiree. How does the situation with the VAs affect the fandom as a whole? How much damage does it make?
None.
None.
I mean, it could affect the guest list at cons in 2013. That's the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
You can still have the con. You can still have some guests, but certain ones will be off limits. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, it's not like it's the end of the world. I mean, the fandom is still going to exist. The conventions will probably still exist. But if Hasbro says, no, you can't have these people, then, well, we can't. That's just kind of how it goes. Basically, there's a reason nobody's announced anything yet, except for people like Terra, because Terra is outside of their purview, and Terra is also extremely expensive.
Right.
Isn't she like 6,000 at this point?
I don't want to. I think it would be. I think it would be uncool for us to discuss her appearance fees and her requirements for her attendance. Like, I don't. That's if you want to find that out, book her for something you want to run. I don't want to.
As for the heavy hand of Hasbro dampening the fandom, well, they're certainly not stomping on things. They're not stopping Equestria Daily. They're not stopping Derpy Who's News. They're not stopping any of the pony media people from talking to voice actors and the like.
I also have to say this. Appearance fees are not set in stone. Where they're going, what they're doing when they get there. And I got to be honest, a talent agent's estimate of how good a negotiator or how much money someone on the other end has to play with, those all factor into it. Like, there's not a set amount, pay X dollars and you get Terra Strong.
Yeah. If you sound
yes, you're exactly correct.
Like a super desperate 20-year-old who's never run anything that has trust fund money, they're going to take you for as much as they can.
All right, I have to phrase this really carefully. Whether or not Hasbro or any company has any kind of a right to stop contract employees from discussing their work depends on the contract that employee has signed. So there's no way that either Terra Strong or John Delancey or their agents would allow them to put that limitation on them, right? So Terra Strong and John Delancey can go where they want and do what they want because that's what their contracts say. And it's not really an NDA. It's just you can't, well, think of it as kind of a half-assed NDA, right? Like, you can't go to a fan-run event for which money is charged and discuss these things. But if you want to shoot the bull with people on the street, then, okay, knock yourself out.
Yeah, you can't be in an official capacity.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, representing their brand.
Now, the other mistaken impression that I've been giving folks, and I can see it in the chat, Hasbro is not doing anything to Sandy or I as a con. They're not shutting down the con. They're not telling me you can't have these voice actors. What they're doing is going to the agents of the voice actors and saying, don't you dare sign your client up for one of these con appearances. Right? So effectively, they're being prevented from coming to the cons. Yeah. Right? It's between Hasbro and the agents because, again, the voice actors are not Hasbro employees. They're contract employees, and either party can drop a contract at any time. So, unless you want to be replaced by another voice actor who wants a gig, then you do what Hasbro asks you to do.
And that's just the nature of the beast.
'Tis business.
Because, this is totally a business. And like Mitty says, they will replace a VA if they need to.
And it would be a lot easier to replace, say, it would be a lot easier to replace, like, Matt Hill, the voice of Soren, than it would be to replace Terra Strong or Andrea Libman. So, I think they would be really risking something if they replaced Andrea Libman or if they replaced Terra Strong or Tabitha St. Germain at this point.
Yeah. Anybody at this point, given that they've gone 3 seasons in, that would be pretty dire, I would think, to a lot of people. It would basically mass rustle the entire community.
Well, given that any halfway intelligent agent would immediately go on a PR firestorm against Hasbro. Yeah, it's really a shame my client was cut. She was let go by Hasbro because she wanted to interact with the fans more, and Hasbro wasn't comfortable with that. And then Hasbro has to back up so fast they make a beeping sound.
Oh, that's what that reference was.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it, the VAs need the work, and Hasbro needs to not destroy themselves with PR, and it's kind of a delicate balance. So, okay, back to the, I don't want to give people the wrong impression. And again, this is a situation that should be much clearer after the holidays, say mid-January. We should know exactly what the score is, but they haven't figured that out yet. And I think that's about as far as I can go without telling you guys exactly what's going on, which I've been asked not to do.
And this might be something for potentially offline or something like that, but I'm curious if the method that they're going to, what methods they're going to decide that they're going to use to interact with us, because there was definitely a dicey period of time where there was contact, then there was contact, as I mentioned, to only one individual in the community, and then, the recent development of there being, all of a sudden no contact. So,
well, there's an organization out there of a lot of the bigger and more established cons. It's not all of them. Don't let me give you the wrong impression. It's not mandatory or something, right? We're not getting Orwellian here. But this organization has decided to try and have one point of contact with Hasbro, and that ended up, without my volunteering for it, being me. So I'm the person Hasbro's not contacting. Take that how you will.
Please be on our side. We're good.
Well, we'll see.
I love this now. Bob is now sitting just like, I have a lot of power.
Well, I mean, it's candy-colored cartoon ponies. It's not power.
Yeah. Right?
Being the mouthpiece for a bunch of conventions is not power. It's something that a stay-at-home dad who teaches night and weekend classes can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Featherprop has a great question up there. Hasbro's attitude was really, really positive on this, and still is. All right, I'm not going to bore you guys with a bunch of copyright and trademark law, but Hasbro is doing as little as they legally can to limit any kind of fan-made content, right? Even if they know about it, they don't know about it officially. What they're doing is, if someone wanted to know why the MLP Online game got canceled. 2 reasons. 1, someone officially brought it to Hasbro's attention, which requires you to take action or you lose your trademarks, you can lose your copyrights, right? So Hasbro has to do something. And my guess is that Hasbro thinks that at some point they might actually license MLP as a property for an online game, which means the legal notice they have to take of it is to stomp them the F out.
Mm-hmm. Now, would that...
On the flip side, you've got White Dove Creations, right? White Dove Creations makes those, it's a woman named Sherry Burlon, and she makes those incredible stuffed animals. Someone brought them to Hasbro's attention, but what they brought to Hasbro's attention was not her eBay site, it was her DeviantArt site that listed the prices and links to the eBay site. So all they did was ask her to take down the prices on DeviantArt. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's all she had to do.
Now,
Hasbro is being as understanding as they can.
Now, would this be in line to the fact of, like, take Fighting is Magic, the main 6 fighting game? I have high expectations that Hasbro doesn't have any interest to actually create an MLP fighting game.
If someone wants to essentially troll them by sending an email to Hasbro saying your IP is being violated, what are you going to do about it? They will have to shut them down, or they will lose they'll lose their rights, and we can all make ponies whenever we want.
Mm-hmm.
To answer Sombroni Jr.'s question, all it takes is an email. There's not an official form. If Hasbro is informed by anyone via phone call or email, they have to take action. Now, if you want to be a real jerk about it, then you can always claim that I didn't get this phone call, or I didn't get this message, or I didn't receive your email. So if you really want to be sure you mess someone up, send them registered mail. And when you get the green card back, right, you know that Hasbro received the mail.
Yeah, so don't be an asshole.
Yeah, if you want to shut down any kind of fan made production, all you have to do is let Hasbro know that it's happening.
Wow, this seems like we're handing people loaded guns at this point.
Uh,
By the way, here's your revolver.
but I also think that, the fact that it's been around for this long and been as highly visible as it has been, including at
The
a
fact
convention.
that they have brought it to conventions where Hasbro has sent representatives incognito from both the legal department and the brand management department, which they do for every pony con.
What he said. So, yeah, they they have seen it and they don't care, or they pretend they don't care. They do care,
They like it.
but they like it.
They like it. They do. But American trademark law is American trademark law.
Just
And
like our patent system, it's screwed up.
not really. I mean, they're Hasbro's characters, right? You are owed money for your creations. It's not free, right? Like if I invent something, I don't want everyone ripping it off unless I'm Norman Borlaug and I'm saving lives with it, right? Google it, people. So yeah, Hasbro should be paid, right? Like if Main 6 wants to do the right thing, they should write a proposal to Hasbro and say, what do you want to charge us for a licensing fee so we can use your character? And Crunchitizer hit the nail on the head there. Yeah, China rips off our patents a lot.
Yeah, that's because China, well,
So yeah,
Whoa!
been there, seen it, done it.
Oh wow. Okay. Jeez, Bob is so smart.
I lived in Guangzhou and taught English at a boarding school there for a year.
See, wow. Okay. Actually, since I've got you here, we probably have to run off in just a little bit because there's another call I need to do. But there's one question I'm curious, and this is good for man. This is going to be some great stuff for the YouTube listeners.
Oh yeah, and we got Woody, by the way.
Yep. But so there was definitely some talk about the legal issues that were surrounding Derpy to begin with. What's your take or your input on that?
The legal issues,
Because-
I don't think no one's going to bring suit against Hasbro or DHX or Studio B because they have that character in there. It's a non-starter. No lawyer would take that case.
Mm-hmm. So it wasn't any. Their reasons for like the change and everything was purely a PR thing. There was no.
It was a knee-jerk thing by someone who didn't understand what was going on, is what it was.
yep. So, yeah.
Right. So, yeah, it absolutely was PR. And then you got to see the animators thumb their noses at that for the entire second season. Right? Because there she is all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And again, people are panicking about this document of questionable authenticity that says there's not going to be a Derpy in season 4, and the reason we're not seeing her in season 3 is she's being phased out. That I can believe, because Hasbro will make more money with Derpy toys and Derpy comic covers if she's no longer in the cartoon. So one, they don't have to worry about bad PR for having this insensitive character in the cartoon. And two, they actually make more money for pulling it.
Because
we'll
buy that.
Yeah,
We'll
go
be
buy
like,
more
no,
toys. We'll go
fuck
buy more
you.
comics.
We want Derpy, so we're going to buy everything with her on it.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if she's being taken down or not. It just wouldn't surprise me. On that document, I've read one thing that I absolutely know is gospel truth, and I've read one thing that I absolutely know is false. So, don't know what to tell you.
I've seen Derpy twice, but she wasn't in this episode, and she wasn't in the previous episode, and there's a few episodes where they reused a scene, and Derp is missing.
Hasbro will never leave money on the table.
So this title episode is Friendship is Grim Truth. Friendship's Grim Truth. There we go.
I'm sorry, what?
Friendship's legal standing.
Yeah. Well, goodness.
Friendship meets my lawyer or something.
I know. I'm looking at Friendship's Grim Truth, and all I can think of is show us on the doll where the bad pony touched you.
Oh no.
What happens is we find out at the very end, instead of all of these like Alicorn Twy things is actually not Alicorn Twy, it's Alicorn Derp.
She became the princess of muffins. And haters can hate for the rest of eternity.
Well, see, here's the thing. Everyone assumes that the line, one pony discovers her destiny, has to apply to Twilight. We don't know that. That could apply to any of them. Just because Twilight happened to be on the scene in the commercial doesn't mean anything, because they've done unrelated stuff before, haven't they?
You know, Applejack could determine her destiny is going to be she's on that farm for the rest of her life. Just like
learn
Granny
nothing,
Smith.
drink cider, learn nothing.
Applejack discovers
goes to vet
she's going
school.
to be on the farm for the rest of her life.
Applejack Acorn regular as...
I think people that are going, OMG, DHX is pandering, need to be slapped in their stupid mouths.
Good for them. But
So...
you can lead a horticulture, but you can't make her think. Okay. I think that I love the pandering. But, you know, we had State of the Fandom earlier, and I really think that now that the fandom is becoming accepted, like you look at the news stories, first negative slant, then positive slant, now it's just treated as straight news, right? You know, whenever the Kansas City Star or some other local paper does a Brony story, it's no, you know, it's not a big deal. It's just, this is a fact, this is what's going on. So to some extent, it's accepted. It's not news anymore. It's old.
I mean, even
now that the fandom doesn't have to hedgehog up and protect itself from outside attacks, now we're all turning on each other with all these meaningless arguments,
infighting and the like. Those stuff is sometimes going together. It's just it's because it was one of the things we've been one of the communities that has had a bounty of communication to people. You know, and people who are in the production and that do voices and that have created things. And the moment that you seem to even try and stop us from doing that, it's immediately just game over. Everything's broken. You know. All right, well, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. I got another call I got to do in just a short period of time.
Look at Mr. Important.
I know, I'm so web important. So we're going to go ahead and call this for this week. We will be back next week, and I believe we'll have Unicon, and I might see if we can get one more special guest on. Hold on, Streamception. I can do this. Come on. Why do you keep doing that?
By the way, since everyone... Hey. Wow. He's just blocking us right out, isn't he?
Trying to do a screenception, but it's...
No one's paying attention to me. They're all staring at Bob's beard.
Don't block Bob's face. Okay.
That's right.
All right,
and
guys.
It's not a full beard. You guys are under the wrong impression here.
He hasn't gone
just
full Osama
sideburn,
yet.
clean shaven right there. It's just a Jeff Bagwell style goatee there.
I see. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call this. You guys can. Hey, Bob, if anybody wants to follow you, harass you, how can they do it?
Oh, well, depends on your... first off, as soon as you violate Texas anti-stalking code, I'm going to have you. But anyway, my mailing address is 1744 Alpine Drive. It's in Carrollton. Let's see. Easiest way, Twitter. Let me just type this on out here. Is at TEH Bubbles. There you go. Knock yourselves out. And, of course, Bob Carr. I'm on Facebook as Bob Carr. Whatever you guys want to do. Do I ever go to meetups? Yeah, I go to the North Texas meetups on occasion.
Yeah, whenever.
That's how I met Sandy, as a matter of fact.
Yep, Jason's meat.
I sat in his lap at Jason's Deli.
What?
And told him what I wanted. Look at him. He looks like Santa.
Do you look like Santa? All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and call this. Have you guys a good Saturday, and we'll catch you next week.